Let's go. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Got more. Got more.
We just finished a killer workout here at Destination Dallas. And I gotta say, I've known Shaun for about 6 or 7 years now. Back when I started competing in 2012, it was right around the time he turned pro. And even though we both live in Jersey, it took GASP and Mike and the rest of the guys, including Nick, behind the camera to coordinate and bring us out here in Dallas to finally get a workout in together. So we definitely had a good one, and I think you're going to see a lot more coming to you.
Absolutely. Again, amazing facility here in Dallas. Big thank you to the entire GAS team for having myself, Vlad out, for bringing us on board, part of the team as well. Looking forward to some more content coming your way, guys. So obviously a Jersey guy, I've always known guys, seen guys come up, and when I turned pro, he's the first person I reach out to as far as advice and workouts and stuff like that. And himself, along with Dave Palumbo, were only two people who believed in me when I would turn pro. Because when I turned pro, I was a bantamweight, and everyone kind of said, hey, your career's over. There's no bantamweight doing anything in the industry. But I accepted the pro card, I accepted the challenge, and I talked to obviously Guy and Dave. And these two guys are the ones that said you can do it as long as you put the work in, you have the heart and dedication, you can certainly be a good pro. And you know, fast forward now, I'm a 4-time Olympian, 4-time IFBB pro champion. And again, the motivation from Guy and the inspiration from Guy and Dave Palumbo have definitely helped me in my career.
You know, it's kind of funny because I wasn't even expecting to do that show. And you know, I'm from Jersey as well. I live close to Victor. You know, I'm friends with him, and he approached me about doing his show. And at the time, I was actually getting ready for nationals, which was, I think, about 3 weeks after the show in Dominican Republic. But I said, hey, what the hell? You know, I didn't know that, you know, it was a pro qualifier, that I was even allowed to do it now with the new IFBB Pro League rules that have changed. So I took advantage of that. I mean, it turned out well. I didn't have to do nationals, so.
It's just completely crazy because, like I said, I've been following Shaun for quite a while, and like I've never been directly able to, like, I guess, get some knowledge or wisdom off of him, and it was just cool to know that he was coming down. So pretty much, you know, why I've been following him for so long is that seeing someone, I guess, that inspires me and his like general progression. He doesn't slow down. He's literally getting better and better as time goes by, and there's nothing stopping him.
Time to see my phone out if I'm getting my set done on film, or I'm checking what's the next workout. So, I mean, your workout should be no more than an hour, hour and a half if you're doing legs maybe. Get in, get out, get home, get some food, and recover. The key to growth, recovery. mean, when I turned pro in 2012, everyone kind of congratulated me and said, well, you know, good job, but your career is over. I kind of said, what does that mean? They were pretty much saying, you know, as a bantamweight, which I was, there was no bantamweights doing anything in the pro level. I wasn't going to be a good pro. They said I was too small. And, you know, at the back of my mind, I knew off the bat that to get the pro card, I put a lot of hard work and dedication into it. If I put the same effort into it, I could be a good pro. And I didn't listen to these people, obviously. I accepted the pro card. I accepted the challenge and worked my ass off. And over the years, it got better and better every year. Started placing in shows, then started winning in shows. And, you know, it's not about how much you weigh. It's really not. I try to tell these guys all the time. I get a lot of messages from lighter guys or smaller guys who say, oh, you know, because of you, I can do it. You're my inspiration. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what you weigh on stage. Judges don't care what you matter, what you look like and what you bring to the stage. You know, I've been beating guys 30, 40, 50 pounds heavier than me since I started competing back in 2005. You know, so, you know, again, if you have a dream or a hope or being an IFBB pro or being a good bodybuilder, you know, continue to chase that dream, continue to work hard, and the number one thing is believe in yourself. If I doubted myself, I shouldn't be doing this. Never doubted myself. Absolutely not. I knew that I was always giving up, you know, 30, 40, 50 pounds, but in the back of my mind, that just meant I needed to train harder and get better. But there was never any doubt in my mind that I couldn't be a good pro or I couldn't make it to the Olympia or, you know, win a pro show. Absolutely not. Like a kidnapping or something. It was dark.
I was like, this is definitely some like Texas Chainsaw Massacre type of stuff.
Yeah, I would be out of here.
That's funny.
This one is very rare, but the rest is kind of rare, and then the smaller pieces are a little bit more medium. So feel free. Pick away.
I said I knew it when we got here. I was like, he's got to have horses. I bet you he has horses. Did you stab me? Jesus Christ. I cut my tricep off. That's a hater right there. You're trying to cut my triceps off. I don't compete against him.
Yeah, right.
So, kind of nursing a little bit of an aching shoulders. Both shoulders are kind of, I don't know what's going on to be honest with you. Just kind of a lot of pain, inflammation. So I've been getting obviously cupping done and grass and things like that. But in the meantime, I still have training, right? So what I do is I'll make sure I get a nice warm up from my rotator cuffs, and then do some cable, either laterals or front presses or whatever, just to get things warmed up before I go into my compound movements. But regardless if I'm in pain or not, it's always best to make sure you warm up with whatever you're doing. The biceps, legs, whatever, make sure you warm the areas up before going into your heavier compound movements. I mean, I felt it like, you know, in my traps, obviously, but it's never a bad thing to have, you know, big enough traps.
That's true, but at the same time, you don't want to have too big traps, because then for some reason they say that it makes you look sort of narrow.
I never heard that. I mean, you see a bodybuilder say huge traps, like what the fuck? So everybody you know, want to shrug and get fucking big traps, but it makes you look small. I never really saw that.
I mean, it depends. If you have delts to match it, then maybe. But
what bodybuilder had the big? What bodybuilder has big traps?
Johnny Jackson, actually. I got all these comments from, you know, all the experts on Instagram. Oh, you know, you should be going all the way up. It's like, motherfucker, I'm doing 75 pounds. It's a partial lateral raise. I'm doing it for a reason. So we're gonna do regular lateral raises with a weight that we can control and handle. And then we're gonna simulate the same movement, but with a lot heavier weight. So obviously you're trying to go as high, but you physically can't. So you're still keeping the tension and the contraction there, but you're only going, you know, basically a third of the way up.
So this week, so I'll do regular laterals all the way up, and this week, so I only do partial laterals. And I work my way up, obviously, starting at like 50, then 65, then 70s, and 80s. I think I've gone up to as high as 85 on partial laterals. Like, don't get it twisted, man. Those partial laterals are probably worse than regular laterals. You know, you keep the constant tension in that muscle.
Right. You're not just swinging it.
You're not swinging it.
You're contracting.
You're trying to get the rep. That, you know, I was trying to force that rep, but you're not going to physically get it because that's a lot heavier weight, unless you're just a fucking monster. But it's definitely a killer. If you haven't tried it, definitely do that.
So I got a good little story for you about that. You know, for the most part, I kind of have like the same attitude, but like you're always gonna have like moments where you might be a little discouraged, or you know, you wake up, you may have some issues going on, whatnot, but you know, there was one moment specifically that I remember where I was probably about like 2 weeks out from the show in the Dominican Republic, and I trained legs of Bevs. It was like a gruesome workout. You know, 2 weeks out, you're depleted, your mind is all over the place, and there was like this huge baseball game going on between the Yankees and the Red Sox. Because of this game, the Cross Bronx and all the other highways around there were like jam-packed. And I remember I was like so like agitated and like I just wanted to get home, and I felt like claustrophobic in my car. I couldn't get out, you know. And I kid you not, like I almost like inside I like literally wanted to give up, and I was like, this is it, like forget it, I'm not doing the show, like my whole prep is done, you know. I'm just gonna like pull over somewhere and like eat like McDonald's or something, and just like that's it. Like, and I was like going through my head, like thinking of scenarios. All right, well, what am I gonna post? What am I gonna say? Like, how am I gonna explain it? You know, it's interesting to know that you have so much power in your hand. You know, it's like a weird feeling.
A little bit like a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Kind of like it's dangerous and you want to go away from it,
Yeah,
but at the same
but
time
it's
you're enticing to try it at the same time.
I think the small one, it's funny, the smaller one had the biggest kick. Giant killer. Get it? Small, biggest kick.
And there was just nothing that brought me to that definitive state where I finally decided to do that. And then I remember on stage when, you know, I actually got my name called out to win, and I knew it was real. That moment came back, and I just thought to myself, like, wow, you know, like for a second there, like I almost didn't achieve this, and it was like in my hands. And because I made the decision not to do that, you know, now it is. So it was interesting, and it taught me that going forward, if I ever do have, you know, little moments like that, to know that it's just a moment. You know, the end result is so much more important and within reach that I can't just give it up, you know?
In-N-Out seems to be the new hot spot, and you know, every time I go to Vegas, I can't have it because I'm dieting for Olympia. So this is actually the first time I'm actually gonna be having this burger. So I've tried Five Guys, I've tried, you know,
Shake Shack.
I've tried all these burgers chopped, except for In-N-Out. So this is my first time, so I'm gonna compare this to the other ones and see how it goes. Much better than Five Guys. Much better.
I think so too.
Oh yeah, the taste, it's not super greasy at all. It's way better. Even the fries are better than Five Guys.
I think they're good in their own way, you know? Like if I got Five Guys, I'll enjoy that, and I enjoy this as well. So.
Yeah.
You know what? I had a cheat meal one night, and I was like, you know what? For some reason, I'm gonna try Five Guys. I don't get a lot of cheat meals when I'm dieting.
and I went to Five Guys. Such a waste of a cheat day. I was so pissed. So pissed.
Well, what you know?
Have just one designated meal or day. You can't risk going somewhere that you haven't been before. You just can't. Or ordering something that you haven't had. Because that's a big risk, you know?
Legendary, man. I mean, this is where Big Ron won all his titles. You know, you want some motivation, man. This is it. You know, it's dirty, it's gritty, nothing matches, everything's dirty in this gym. If you're a true fan of the sport, you can appreciate this. You can respect everything that's in this facility. You don't care about the fancy stuff and the new equipment. I mean, Ronnie, the king himself, trained here many years, won all his titles, training in this one facility. No glitz and glams in here. Just hardcore attitude, good equipment, and getting it done. I can appreciate it.
Right. It's also just a testament to show how you don't really need much to build, you know, the kind of physiques that came out of this place. You know, like Ronnie and Johnny Jackson and Branch, among other pros. Definitely hardcore for sure.
About 2 years ago, I was 240 pounds before I went to Destination. So I started going to Destination with my uncle, and that's when I first learned about better bodies and GASP, like through Ronnie. So if y'all know Ronnie, but that really broadened my love for the brand. Like especially like learning how to lose body fat and losing weight and everything made me love myself. So athletes and everything like that we're getting now, it really shows a family aspect of battered bodies and GASP. It's all about family, all about good times, always about helping each other lift up and getting to that next level. It's never about bringing somebody down or acting like we're better than anybody else. That's why Shaun and Vlad, very humble. So that's something I really look forward to, because a lot of people didn't make it from point A to point B one smooth sail. There was a lot of hardships, a lot of adversity, a lot of difficulties you had to go through, and that was the same thing I had to go through. So that really made me fall in love for GASP and fall in love with what I work towards.